What is up, guys? Ecom Musa here. I hope you had a good start into 2026. I currently changed countries. I left Dubai and I also created a store which just generated 1 million US dollars in sales right before New Year's, which was an amazing accomplishment because it was right before, I think, the 31st or one day before that. It hit 1 million US dollars in sales. So I will get into that as well. So if you are curious to start your e-commerce business or you want to get to a bigger level, I will answer a couple of questions today in this video. But first, maybe let's, discuss my move. I left Dubai after 5 years living there. So I'm originally from Germany. I'm a German, and we decided back in the days, right, in COVID to move to Dubai. COVID was not the reason why we moved to Dubai. We always wanted to live in another country and have an adventure because we were kind of bored of Germany and Europe in general because we have explored it already a lot. So we decided to go to Dubai because it was a simple process to open a business. Back in the days, it was not a big hype as it is right now. I don't know if you've noticed, but on social media you can see it now everywhere. Like a lot of influencers moved as well there. They were not there when we moved, but it's getting a little bit crowded. But yeah, I can maybe point out one or two reasons why we left. And first and foremost, like, I have nothing against Dubai. It's really an amazing place to be, and I'm very grateful. And we had a lot of fun to do that. But after 5 years, it's time for a change of scenery and try something new. So currently, I'm in a new country. Maybe you can guess in the background which country I'm currently in, and I will later tell you which one it is. But yeah, so Dubai, I mean, it was an amazing journey. Maybe I can give you a quick overview, and maybe for people that want to go there and thinking about going there, I will just give you my honest feedback, um, how it was, and what I think about Dubai. Like I said, we were in 2020, and the first year we moved into a really nice Hyatt hotel resort, which was like a five-star hotel. And that was one of my biggest dreams. Like, once we came here for holidays in Dubai, I said to myself, I want to have a lifestyle where I live in a five-star hotel. So that's what we did for the first year. We had a suite and it was amazing. We had a really nice beach, really nice pool, like incredible location. It's on the Palm, by the way. So we lived for the first year on the Palm, and that was obviously like the craziest experience that I ever had. We had like crazy service, concierge. Like, you could, have a really good lifestyle. We had uh, morning buffet, like, so you could go downstairs in the hotel kitchen. I mean, it was like a huge buffet, and we had really a lot of fun. Like, maybe I can show you some videos of that location. I highly recommend it. It's Andas, located on the Palm. Um, so yeah, we did that for a year, and then we moved to downtown because we had an Airbnb over there, that, like, our own apartment. We bought our apartment and then we rented it out for Airbnb. And so we were trying to be closer to that, to accompany our clients. And there was also a lot of fun. So downtown is another amazing place. We were right in front of the Burj Khalifa. I can also put you some videos here, and um, it was also a really unique place. And yeah, right after that, after the second year, we moved to Creek Harbor, which is like a relatively new place. Um, it's like a artificial island with five-star buildings, amenities. The developers Emar, so it's really well equipped and an amazing location. Um, so we lived there for 2.5 years, and that's also definitely my favorite community because you can just walk around. You don't need a car. If you have dogs, you can take them out there without issues, and stuff like that. So Creek Harbor is definitely, so those three spots are definitely my favorites, and the only places I could recommend, because the other places are a little bit far off. Like if you're thinking about going to Marina, it's maybe also a nice place to be because a lot of expats live there. But at the end, it's pretty old and expensive as well. So you have to be prepared that you're probably not getting the latest apartment. Um, and also the traffic is insane there. Like to go in and out of Marina, it takes each time 20 minutes. That was my experience. So yeah, but location wise, it's okay because you're next to the Palm, so you're like in the scene. But if you have, for example, a dog, I wouldn't go there, or even with children, I'm not sure if I would go there because it's pretty hectic and not so pedestrian friendly. You can't just walk around. But generally speaking, Dubai is not very pedestrian friendly, so you need a car. Highly recommended because yeah, it's a fast-paced city and it's a big city, so you need definitely a car to get around. Sometimes I see tourists, they walk from the Palm over to Marina and they think it's an easy walk because on the map it looks nice, but in reality you're probably walking on a highway. So yeah. But anyway, so locations wise, that's definitely like the city is amazing. But after 5 years, the first couple of years we went to different, uh, you know, routines. I mean, we really enjoyed it, especially the pools and the hotels and the beaches that you have access to. Like I have a membership, which is actually super cheap, and with that membership, you can check into five-star hotels, for example, the W on the Palm, and spend your whole day there on the beach, on the pool, work there, work out as well. So they have their gyms. You can use the gym. So that's what we did. In the mornings, we woke up, we went to the gym, we spent the afternoon in those hotels, and yeah, that was an amazing lifestyle, like the five-star hotel lifestyle that I was dreaming about. It really came true, and that's what we did the first 2 or 3 years. But after all those years, every day doing the same kind of thing, obviously gets boring. So um, that was one of the issues. Like we needed the change of scenery because it was getting boring. So it's obviously a personal, experience, but Valentina and I, we had like the same feeling, like we were doing every day the same, and we didn't have many more places to explore, which is, in other countries. So okay, I'm telling you right now in which country I'm currently in, and we moved here to China. So we're living now in China, and we definitely missed the nature as well. So those are a couple of factors that made us the decision to try it somewhere else. And also the weather. Dubai is obviously a desert city, so you have 50 degrees Celsius in the summer sometimes, and it really limits you. I didn't realize how much I was suffering. By the way, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to be realistic, like to give you um, my point of view after all those years. Still, I'm very grateful. I could go back to Dubai at any time. I have no problems with that. I'm just trying to give you some hints and things that you might face as well, because I'm not trying to be negative. I usually a very positive person, so I don't like to be making negative comments. But the heat, obviously, you can't deny that. But it gets to you. So if you're spending your day at the pool, at the beach, it's totally fine. You can do it. But after a while, you get bored of that, so you want to do other things. You can't just go out and do a run or drive your bicycle or walk your dogs or simple things that you can do usually do. So that's the thing. Uh, every time we were traveling to another city, we were like, oh my God, it's 12 in the in midday, and you can walk around without sweating. And we realized we're kind of limited. I mean, if you combine it with, like, traveling in the summer and living in the winter times in Dubai, it's again perfectly fine. And even if you stay in summer in Dubai, we did that also a couple of times. You can survive, but you know, um, when you have an online business and you can live anywhere in the world, you start to think, okay, do I have to live here? Where else could we live? What should we try? What is interesting to us? And there was like a couple of reasons. It was a good time, but it's time to move on. Try new things, learn new country, culture, language. So yeah, that's where I'm currently at. So it's everything is new here. I will maybe make a separate video how life in China is treating us. So far, it has been amazing, way better than expected. We are also in Shenzhen, which is like a very futuristic city, very modern, very new city as well. But yeah, that's another topic. So um, about Dubai again. So like, if you want to open your business company, you can basically register your license. You need to know which activities to register, and you can get your Emirates ID pretty straightforward. By the way, if you need help, we also do help companies setting up everything. You can hit me up on Instagram, Ecom Musa, and maybe send some questions if you need something to know. Let me just send a message. But yeah, once you have your company, it's everything pretty straightforward. You get your Emirates ID. With that, you can live and work in the UAE. So yeah, that's totally fine. I mean, it's amazing. Like, in contrast to Germany, you have to understand, like, you don't even have how you call it in English, letterbox. Like, you don't get any bills by printed bills or anything like that, or letters from the government. And it's such a um, free, how you say, it's you really feel like, as an entrepreneur, you're more free because you don't feel that I have to go to the letterbox and see what I have to pay, how much tax I have to pay and stuff like that. So it's a really free. I don't know the English word, but I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, taxes obviously is also a really nice um, option in the UAE. You pay less tax now, so they just recently changed the laws. You do have to pay up to a certain amount, like after you hit, let's say, around 100,000 US a year. After that, you have to pay, I believe it's 9%. So yeah, it's not much, but if you're planning to do 0% tax, it's probably not the best place to go to. But yeah, that you have to keep in mind. And obviously, it depends on your business model. Like, if you do drop shipping, you can consult us as well, because we do also those setups in a way that you can really be almost 0%. So if that's something that's interesting to you, just send us DM. But yeah, otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. You can get your business bank accounts, everything. You need your bookkeeper. They will help you with the bookings and stuff like that. um, but yeah, otherwise, Dubai is also a very hyped place, and you can um, see a lot of tourists there, a lot of rich people. Like, you will always feel very poor there. That's for sure. Like, one thing you shouldn't do is compare yourself to others, because there's always someone that is way richer, has way more cars and this and that. So that's something you have to be um, aware of, because Dubai is a hotspot of wealthy and people that doing business, which can be also obviously motivating. It is definitely, but also get can get to you. So that's something you should keep in mind. And another thing that I really didn't like much is that two class of people. I would say, I don't know how to express myself, because English is not my mother language, but let me try to explain it to you. You are surrounded with amazing hotels, buildings, five-star amenities, restaurants, everything. Um, and then you go out to the streets and you're surrounded by, people that are not so fortunate. They don't have much money. They live on a minimum wage. Um, and those are the people that you like surrounded with most of the time, because there are a lot of people from Pakistan, India, Philippines. I don't want to trash talk any nation. I don't like, I'm half Pakistani, but what I'm trying to say is you will feel sometimes a little bit of culture shock. Like, for example, if you take the metro, you will be surrounded by 95, 99% of Pakistani and Indians, which is fine, but you have to be aware of it. Like, it is different than, you know, getting around in Europe, getting around in a country where everyone is more or less on the same level. I'm saying, like, educationally, financially, you know, developed country is always on a different level. Even US or UK, everyone can have a small talk and talk about certain things. But in Dubai, like, the people are there very, from a third world country, and it is a lack of, social abilities, or let's say, there's a certain barrier. I would say you can obviously break it. It's always the way you think about it, or you take it, but it's something. Um, after a while, getting into those fancy places and then going out into the streets where you're surrounded by people that are, struggling. I mean, for them, it's amazing to have a job and to provide for their family. But at the end of the day, it's still something that bothered me a little bit. So it was not sitting right with me. It's still, I mean, it's a double-sworded discussion, because obviously I took advantage of that, and obviously it's a system, capitalism, or however you want to name it, but it's something you should be aware of, and it's a reality. Obviously, in other countries, it's the same thing, but over there, it's a little bit more extreme, I would say. So, like, right now, I'm in China, and I walk around in the streets, and I can't tell if someone is rich or poor, or, you know, everyone is more or less equal, if that makes sense. So, I hope I could express myself without, being too negative, because in general, obviously, the people are very nice. They're friendly. So it's not about that. Also, security wise, like, you are in the safest place you can be. Like, you can um, leave everything there openly in the public, like your wallet, your car open. You can let your car run and walk away. Nothing's going to happen, because one thing you have to remember, everyone there has a job or a sponsor, so they're not really depending on getting money. Like, for example, in other countries, people that are jobless, or maybe, you know seeking to get money, or even like people on drugs, you don't have that over there. So usually when you have thieves or something, they are people that are not having a job, or not successful, or on drugs, on alcohol. And that's something that doesn't exist there. So that's a amazing thing in terms of security and safety. Um, but yeah, again, um, Dubai is a really nice place. But if you are a person that likes to go, doing walks in nature, um, loves to be outside, it will be limiting and challenging. You will have some restrictions. Obviously, there are a lot of indoors activities. Like, for example, for me, I went all in for indoor fitness. I did everyday workouts, and amazing workouts, like heat workouts, CrossFit classes. You have, by the way, the same membership that I was talking about the hotels and the beaches, and the same membership also provides you with um, classes. Like, I could choose over 1,000 classes a day, and pick one and go there, and you do cardio boxing, you do MMA, you do CrossFit, you do yoga and whatnot. Like, everything was there on your fingertips, and you just go there and do your workout, and the workouts are very, very good. Like I would say for fitness, it's probably the best city in the world because the gyms over there are another level. Like I've traveled the world and I have never seen so many opportunities in terms of going to the gym and doing, you know, high rocks classes and stuff like that. So that's definitely a good place to be if you're into fitness. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of topics to cover, so maybe you can help me, guys, to put some questions in the comment section, and I will get back to you in the next video because I just arrived to the gym, and then we discuss maybe your questions. Um, whether it be e-commerce related. I wanted to talk also about the store, which just hit 1 million US dollars in sales. So if you have any questions about that, let me know, and we go from there. Otherwise, I hope you got a good day, and we will see you in the next video.